Hi, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday Talks with Darlene. Today, I want to talk about building a business that listens first. Now, you may be a little bit confused thinking, being a business that listens first. If you've been following me for quite a while, then you know that I love talking about how your business has its own energy, its own chakras, its own inner child. You gave birth to this beautiful, beautiful business. And when you do that, you create the energy of it. And that is why I want to talk about listening to the energy of your business. It's not listening to the audience or any of the analytics, all that, I've got so many followers and all this kind of stuff. It's not about that. It is about the spirit, the energy, and the wisdom of your business itself. Yes, that's exactly what I said. The business does have its own wisdom because, as I said, you created it. And when you recognize that your business has a voice, you realize that you've shifted your relationship with your business. And you've shifted it from something you can control to something you actually collaborate with. And I collaborate with my business all the time. That is how I get podcast episodes created. I get them done. I get them out there. I'm now in the fifth year of my podcast. And it's because I've got that relationship with my business. It is incredible. Because I'm in the relationship with my business, we ebb and we flow and we go with the cycles of myself and the business. It's incredible. Because think about this, your business isn't a machine. It is a living energy with its own rhythm and purpose. And yes, it has a purpose. My purpose in life is different to actually my business's purpose. My purpose in life is to enjoy every single moment and be present. That's part of it. It is to bring in joy and passion. And my business is to guide business women to their own intuition, to make large amounts of money if that's what they want, because they're listening to themselves and their business first as they listen to coaches. Because I've been there where I've listened to coaches and it derailed me and my business. And now when I listen to coaches, I will stand up for myself and for my business and go, actually, that sounds fantastic. This doesn't. I'm not doing that. And if they go, well, you've got to follow my framework, I go, no, actually, I don't. I don't have to do that because I know what's right for my business. I will take coach's advice if it feels right for me and my business because it must come first. And that is why your job isn't to constantly tell the business what to do, but to actually ask, what do you need today? When you do that, oh my goodness, what do you need today? And then how can we serve our our community, our business? How can we serve the people that want to work with us, whether it's free or not? I don't care. However you work with me is fantastic. If that means that you share a video or you do something else, that is fantastic. Do I love paying clients? Of course. Everyone loves money. Money's what makes the world go round. Does that mean I'm not going to give what I can to the others? No. I do everything I can for whether you're paid or not because I really, really believe in what I do. And just like any relationship, it requires listening, presence, and trust. And let's talk about that listening. It is not the so-called listening that people think they actually do. It is that listening where you close off your mouth and your brain and you use your ears to listen. You really, really listen. It's a deep listening that 99% of people don't do. And I'm giving that figure because I have experienced it all my life where people don't listen to me. And you know what I do? I turn around and walk away because I'm not going to be around people like that. When I was at work, I had to. Didn't mean I had to actually be around them. I would go and do something else. because listening is so powerful. And when you listen to your business, you'll be amazed at what comes through. You'll be amazed at the wisdom. Because as I said, you've created it. It's your wisdom as well. And think about this. Your business doesn't need more noise. It needs more listening. And this means listening in the quiet moments, because this is where the practice begins. Creating this beautiful space to receive those subtle signs that your business is giving you. And sometimes they're not so subtle. Create that beautiful space. That is what everyone that works with me tells me. They say I create such a beautiful, safe, gentle, nurturing, etc. container. They feel safe with me. And they feel safe enough that they can allow their true selves to show through. That's even on group calls, because I never had that. And so I wanted to be able to give it to others. I want them to feel safe. Think about when insight has arrived. What have you been doing? Most of the time, you haven't been doing anything. Your brain has literally switched off. This is when the insight comes in. It's not when you're doing those tasks or you're rushing around or you're listening to other people. The insight comes in when you stop and listen. Why not practice things like journaling, walking, meditating, or simply even sit with your business to help you tune into it? Whatever practices are right for you, do that. Again, so many people say journaling's great. I do it sometimes. I'm not someone that can journal every day. Sometimes I'll journal a few days in a row. Other times I don't. I'm now studying, and it's full-time study. Do I have time and energy to journal? No. Guess what though? The insight still arrives because I do other things. I always go to sleep with a meditation. I listen. I do other things, like I might be reading a book and insight comes in. However you want to do it is right for you. And that is what I teach, listening to yourself. Don't listen to other people when they say you must do it their way. Or if you want to hear your intuition, you must do this way and that way and this way and that way. Don't. Ignore those people, because there is never one right way of doing anything. That was true for me when I worked in the healthcare field. If it was safe, there could be 10 different ways to do the same thing. As long as it was safe and never harmed the patient, guess what? Same thing with when you're learning to tune into your intuition, when you're learning to run your business, or even when you're running your business. There is 20,000 million ways to do it. You always choose what's right for you and your business. Listening, and I keep going on about listening because it's so profound. It can feel and look like noticing the resistance. Maybe there's even ease or nudges or ideas that feel alive. I love it when I get ideas that feel so alive because I know I need to do it. And as I said, your business doesn't need more noise. It needs more listening. I will repeat that. Your business doesn't need more noise. It needs more listening. And I want you to let your business guide the next step. Because once you've listened, trust what you hear. This is where the co-creation happens. You might be guided to delay something, shift the message, or birth an unexpected offer. And that's where I was talking about the ideas feel alive. You may get an idea about an offer or a product or whatever it is. If it feels alive and it feels right, like you'll know, then guess what? You've listened. The aligned action feels grounded and clear, even if it doesn't make sense logically. And that's where people struggle with their intuition and logic. Intuition and logic can work so well together. Now, for me, my intuition leads because it's always right. My intuition is never wrong. I've been wrong, but my intuition has never been wrong. And the more you follow your business's lead, and of course your own, you work together, the more magnetic and effortless things become. I am doing full-time study, yet I'm still producing these podcast episodes. Guess what? My business and I work together. And I'm going to leave you again with this. Your business doesn't need more noise. It needs more listening. Did you hear that? Thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.